Right, so first and foremost, I'll let you know I'm not going to be finishing on New Year. Number one, Halloween's now over and done with, and number two, I just really can't get myself to actually enjoy that game. Don't find it scary, find it a little bit annoying, character is just scared of everything, and personally, it's annoying because I'm not easily scared by much, so, you know, having him kind of like freak out every 5 minutes kind of drives me a little bit insane. So today we are just going to chill and play a little bit of Final Fantasy Online. So first things first, I would like to introduce you to Lilith, my character, who is an aura summoner, and she's my only character. I do have other ones, but they're not actually in need of other people who play my account, but this is my one and only character. She also has Dark Knight, Black Mage, White Mage, Astrologian, and a Bard class going at the moment, but my primary class... Okay. My primary class is Summoner, which only really got cool after Heavensward was... she started out as a Makot actually, but I'm gonna get going. Right, okay, so I'm just gonna have a look around here. First thing, okay. Right, so I've kind of not going on camera today to try and keep my HUD clutter free. As you can see, it's quite a lot on the console version of this game. You can personalize the HUD pretty well, but I like to be able to see what everything I've got. At the moment, I've just got my item level to 300, which should allow me to carry on with the story. So we'll just use the closest. So we'll go to the Alamegan Quarter. I finished the base part of Stormblood story, so this is literally carrying on with the most recent patch. Because if anyone who plays this game knows, certain patches kind of release new story-based stuff. So, just some Chocobo. If I'm not mistaken, this mission starts underground, the Mad King's Trove, and basically what's happened is your character's kind of been commissioned to, hang on, I've got to go into the lock. Which part? Is it this one? I think it's this one. Your character's kind of been pulled into finding the Mad King, who used to run Alamigo. But your character's been pulled in to find some sort of treasure that will help find a leader or something to that degree to run Alamigo, because Alamigo is now free from the Imperial rule. Right. I just need to... I must say, this game is beautiful. I can't deny it. No? Yes? Aha. Right, so this is a dungeon, and it is the drowned city of Scala. Desperately needed tomestones for that anyway, so unfortunately now it's a 15-minute wait average, which is not too bad. In the meantime though, I could probably... I'm gonna go and check up on my marketplace stuff while I wait. Oh gosh, that was quick. Oh come on, load up! Load up, load up! Oh my god, just load already! I'm gonna run out of time before I can even go into that dungeon because of the goddamn loading screen. Finished with 15 minutes. That was close. This is the first time I've done. I actually haven't even read anything around this. Haven't even read anything around this dungeon, so I have no idea. I'm going in completely blind. Not a great way to do the high level stuff, but hey ho, let's go. Hey ho, let's go.
Hey, whoa, let's go see.
Really? Is it? Is it not just certain features that are gone on beta mode, or have you gone on some sort of... Oh no, why? Okay, for people watching watching this, I'm not playing Amnesia. My Twitch seems to have like... My Twitch seems to have... Oh gosh, okay, anyway. I'll sort out my Twitch description later. I don't know why my Twitch does that, it really annoys me. Right, let's do this. Is he gonna pull everything or is he... Yes. No? Okay. I'm fine now. Alright, now it's changed again. Oh yeah, I think there's some sort of bits and pieces on Twitch that are going beta mode. I wouldn't worry too much though, as long as you can sort of watch videos. So, yeah, so I try and keep the battlefield quite open so I can see what's going on around me. Some people like to be like really up close to the character to be able to see their character and stuff, and kind of just ads and stuff. Like to be able to see what's going on there. Are you pulling it? No, I'm pulling it. Don't touch, babe. Come on. Oh god. Where's our healer? What's he doing? Keep that tank alive. Bloody hell, it looks like he's killing dozens of mobs. Ugh. And it's a white mage as well, it's a shame. White mage is one of the most powerful healers. Well, I say that, you can get really powerful scholars if you know what you're doing. Oh, welcome. Oh, that will be why. Looks like, a bit late to the party. I didn't realize. Whoa, what's going on? What the hell is going on? I don't recognize that power. I don't know if that was a power that was me or if that was... But I just had to kill that one. Because he looks like he's kind of just pulling everyone out of each other. Pulling where you going? If I don't, please stop doing that. Come on, man, Rail, stop it now. This is why I love being a submarine. There's some really sweet things for the battlefield. And next one. Okay. The Lancer or Dragon at this point. White Mage. Looks like a gladiator or something. Oh, this looks like bloody quicksand or something. Okay. What are you doing, sweetie? Unfortunately, summoners are quite sticky creatures. Up until Heavenwood, they were like the bane of a dungeon. Nobody wanted to do. What is it? Why am I trying? Let's see something. Seriously? Ah, shit. Shit, I'm gonna die. You stupid ass. Come on, Mila. I'm gonna die. Oh, great. Thanks for that. Yep. God's sake. I am a summoner, which is a DPS. It's a magic casting DPS. I normally play a mage of some. What do you need help with, sweetie? She's Cotty. I normally play magic caster DPS most of the time. Until I found the tank class is actually quite fun to do. So my tank class is Dark Knight. Not the strongest of tanks, I will say. It's got really good hitting power, but it's got terrible defensive power in comparison to like the Paladin and stuff. But it does draw imagery. If you want to draw stuff, they're really good at keeping the mobs occupied. Yeah, no, seriously. I don't know if they're like first time doing the dungeon on you, but normally, you know, the dungeons so far in Stormblood have been pretty straightforward compared to like Heavenswood, where there's a lot of pre-planning that goes into the trials and the dungeons and the raids. This white mage is going to piss me off. Are you done? Well done. Thank you, Ginger. My favorite healer class. I've got all 3 healer classes. What's nice about the summoner in Final Fantasy is the summoner and the scholar come from the same base class. So you're looking at leveling up 2 jobs at the same time if you start out as an arcanist. So my scholar is max level, even though I don't use my scholar. I'm not very good at using the scholar, but my favorite healing one is the Astrologian. They are really cool. They use tarot cards as weapons, so not only they're a bit like the scholar in the sense that it isn't just healing but also buffs, and they got some really, really good buffs. Whereas the white mage is just purely healing and fixing cave elements. Summoners are also a bit like, if you like familiar with the Final Fantasy 13, the Saboteur class, where it has poison and stuff like that. They deal out most of the shaded elements as well. The old-fashioned Final Fantasy poison and stuff. Oh my god. Red green is not very strong either. To be fair, I'm only just enough item level for this. So I'm probably not doing much better myself for DPS. I do have a black mage class as well. Most of my classes that I've got up to level 50 at least are all magic. I'm not so much... The only melee one I've got besides the Dark Knight is a ninja. There's quite a few classes on this, a little bit for everyone. My next one I want to work on is the red mage. I've been waiting for red mage for so long. I'm so happy to get all the red mage. Next, I would like to see the blue mage. The blue mage would actually, it would make an epic thing, because the blue mage, if anyone follows Final Fantasy, depend on learning enemy attacks to add to their own arsenal. I'm not getting any nice things. I'm not getting any of them. Things they start. Oh, yes. So they kept it fair. Is there like a hunter class or pet too? Any class can kind of have a pet or what they call a minion. But if you're looking for pet that fights in battle, that would be your summoner. That's why I like summoner. I don't know if you can ever zoom in here. That little red guy running around, that's mine. He's a carbuncle. He's actually an Ifrit summon monster, and all their what they call an eggy in this one. But I've kind of they kind of allowed you to sort of put a glamour on your summon monsters, but you could only choose one summon monster to have the glamour. So I chose Ifrit because it's the same color. I've got so yeah, that's Christ. So if you're wanting pets, I don't know if the samurai can have pets. I'm not sure, because I know or should I say enemies like Yojimbo always had Doggo or Dogu, however you would like to. Alright. But there's, as far as hunter class goes, you've got archers, you've got ninja. They're kind of like they're kind of like a normal hunter class in the sense that you've got the bow and arrow, you've got daggers, they're quick. I'll just have a look at that message in a minute once the boss battle is finished. Shit, what the hell is this? Get away from me! I don't know what this chain is. Normally... Oh, really? Oh, right. Great. How long is this going to last now? Okay. That was some strange shit. Never happened to me before. Never mind. Okay, sweetheart, please hang on. Oh, not again. It's laying eggs all over the place. Okay. That's interesting. Oh no, you're gonna kill my summon monster. What? No? Okay. It's almost dead. Okay, so into the summoner there are like warlocks. I'm not familiar with much of World of Warcraft. I've got a lot of friends who play it, and I did try it out for a little while. I played like a free trial, and it was in some sort of undead race, and as a black mage, obviously. I'll make you some tea in a minute, sweetie. Mommy's just running this dungeon. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm running into a gate. I'm not paying attention. Yeah, so this little red guy following me, he's my summon pet, if you will. And he just runs in. The summoner's got 3 summonable pets, which are they start off as carbuncles, but they upgrade to anyone who's familiar again with Final Fantasy. You get Titan, Ifrit, and you get Garuda. Titan is a tank summon monster. So summoners are really great if you're running things solo, like Palace of the Dead. Summoners are the best for Palace of the Dead because they've got, even though they're not strong as healers, they can double down as a healer if you need them to. So I've got the ability to resurrect, I've got the ability to heal. My healing powers are not strong. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, okay. But I have the ability to help healers if they need the extra help. So Ifrit is a melee summon monster. So it's with a higher power, physical power, whereas Garuda is your magic caster, sits in one place and just starts magic at things. So if you kind of like don't want your kit to kind of get up close and personal like my little carbuncle is over there, then you just run in, with a magical summon with Garuda. If you're on your own, if I'm doing solo missions and there's like solo battles, I prefer to have my Titan out because it kind of acts as a tank for me, and it's got high defense and it will draw enmity off of you. And they copy Warlock's basically have spell casting as minions. Yeah, so it's basically a very similar thing. Final Fantasy XIV kind of goes very traditional with classes. All the old classes that most of all the old classes they've just released Red Mage and Samurai, which is kind of reminiscent of the old Final Fantasies. You've got Summoners, Black Mages, which are they start out as things. You've got White Mage, a few new ones like the Astrologian, Bards. Bards are quite cool to have in this kind of they're pretty decent because they have really good buffs. Paladins, Gladiators. This chain again. Get off of me. I don't even know what that is. Is it Flying Totoro? Yeah, it kind of does look like... What? I don't know what you're doing. I don't even know if that's like a Lancer thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm meant to stay close to the person when they change like that. Because I'm not familiar with the post level 50 class thing. I do have a Lancer going. I think I started. I like the idea of the doing the dragon, so I kind of did start when I got 3 classes going. Your pet minion is basically like a tank to keep them off you so you can trust yourself. Only the Titan will be a tank. Only the Titan as you will be a tank for you. The rest kind of have the same enmity as you, but it's the only thing about being a summoner is if you don't have a pet out, you're not very strong because they kind of divided the summoner's attack power between you and the pet. So I'm not as strong as a black mage, for example. But you know, I suppose it doesn't matter what class you go for, so long as you own at that class. You know your class inside out. You know, I've seen terrible tanks who just don't know their class, and you can have great Dark Knight, for example, who might be better than a paladin. But, you know, you just need to know your class, really. But if you play, summoner is quite nice. If you know, I suppose if you just let me know what you want in a class, and I can probably tell you suggest which one would be good for you. If you don't have the expansion pack, you won't have access to the red mage or the dark. You won't have the Dark Knight, the red mage, the astrologian, the samurai, the machinist, which is a gun carrier. They carry guns. A bit like Final Fantasy VIII Squall. No gun break them called. Oh, almost that. Shit, don't you dare start that dungeon without that party without me. Right. Draw for that please. Oh. That is Broderick Poison Tongue. Like a chimera of some sort. Yeah, but what's nice is, why can't I can't move, I can't do jack shit. Okay, so, what's nice about the classes that were released with, I say classes, they're actually jobs. What's nice about these jobs that were released with the expansion pack is that none of them start on level, wow, what did I just do? That was an idiot move. Come on. Okay. So, none of them start on level 1, they start, I think most of them start at level 30, oh my god. Right. Yeah, so, oh lord. So yeah, they give you an opportunity to kind of like, you know, it takes a long time to level something up, so they don't, oh, what was I saying? Yeah, they don't, start you at level 1, which is quite nice, because it allows you to sort of spend time actually playing the game. I mean, there's some things over this, you're really not going to be bored. If you like crafting, oh, go away, don't move! If you like crafting, then you can craft. Instead of fighting, like, oh, I'm stuck now. I can't move. No, 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 don't hit other people! Oh lord! Thank you. Oh, we have healer finally awake. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. Oh no, it's too soon for a limit break. Oh my god, what a waste. What a waste. Yes, please, I would love a cup of tea. I can't believe he used the limit break now. And he was like... God. Huh? No, I'm not. I'm in my pajamas, of course I'm not on camera. Almost there, come on. This is the last boss too. Away from everybody. How we get this? Yahoo! Right. Music is epic. Yeah, music is beautiful. You should hear, if you like Japanese music, then you're gonna love Stormblood's expansion pack. It's split between two nations outside of Eorzea. So you have Ala Mhigo, which is it's all set. It's almost as if like the base game is set in the west, and the expansion packs are all set in kind of like in the east, except for Heavenswood. Heavenswood is very medieval, dragons, knights. Snow is a bit like Game of Thrones, you know. Yeah, I need that. Woohoo! Thank you very much. And no, the tank is getting all the glory for that one because stupid bloody. Okay, so. Oh yes, please. Full. I am hungry. Yes. So. In Stormblood, the two nations outside of Eorzea is to the east. So you've got some Ala Mhigo, which is quite Middle Eastern, almost. Well, I wouldn't say Egyptian, but yeah, very Middle Eastern. Oh, and then you've got.
Are you all right?
Kugane, which is Japanese. You got the Aura people from there, very very Asian. Well, actually, it's a little bit Japanese / Chinese. Anyway, let's carry on with the story here. The music is beautiful there too.
Aye, everything's still attached.
Yeah, unfortunately the game sound is pretty loud.
Seems both our paths led here. Very good.
And there's a lot happening on screen, so it doesn't help. Just when the battles are going.
We spent altogether too much time fleeing fiends horrid and numerous. How fared you?
I kind of wish you could choose your voice and stuff, like in some games, like in
much the same then. It would appear this
Row.
place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Terrible, aye. But their misfortune is our fortune?
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
Ooh, that must be the Mad King.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
Arenvald and I forged ahead at the fastest pace we could manage, but I was not surprised to find you waiting for us. I suppose it serves us right for challenging the Warrior of Light. Next time we should agree on some manner of handicap. Ah, we may have lost, Alphinaud. But think of what we found. Quite. I am still reeling at the sight of that mountain of riches. What, like how you reeled at the sight of that floating spectre, you mean? You should have heard him scream, Lilith. Must we dwell on such momentary lapses? We found the Mad King's trove, and that is all that matters. La la. Right, I've got some trousers, I think it might have been. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Or a skirt of some kind. And my character's got holy knees right now. Right, so new gear. Move at my next door. Is that the completed, like all, excuse me, all the expansion packs? All jesting aside, we must tell people the good news, and I think Lee's should be the first. Seconded. There is to be a meeting of representatives from across Ala Mhigo, so she is sure to be in the city. Shall we seek her out? Bada, bada. The weather is quite beautiful. The dynamic weather and stuff is really nice. At the moment it's like dingy and dark and nighttime, but it'll be daylight soon and sunrise is beautiful. I love. It's like coming on here and you like watch sunsets and sunrise in certain places. Quite therapeutic. I'd love it to be in VR. That would be cool. Please. Oh, that is really cheap. That is really, really cheap. That's not bad at all. Oh, you three look pleased with yourselves. What have you been up to? I'm glad you asked, Leaf, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like the answer. The web price is 45, but the in-store... Yeah.
To the lady?
I'm talking to the lady, yes. You're joking. The Mad King's trove. I thought it was a myth. So did plenty of people, but they didn't have Lilith and Alphinaud in their party. The credit for finding it should really go to them. As for what to do with it all, I vote that it goes towards alleviating the suffering of Ala Mhigo's poor. Gods, if there's as much as you say. Arenvald did not exaggerate, I assure you. We could not hope to carry even a fraction of it out on our own. I have taken the liberty of sketching out a rough map of the ruins. If you will assemble a squad of your most trusted freedom fighters, they should be able to follow the route to where the treasure lies. I would love Sword Art Online. Something like that, like VR RPG. I'd be so happy. I really, really, really be in my element. I will live and breathe the game. Understood. Final Fantasy 15's got a VR thing, but it's fishing, and I was so disappointed. I was like, oh, they're really gonna, you know, sort of like make an RPG in VR, something that I would enjoy. I mean, I love Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is my jam. And when they said it was like fishing, I hated fishing outside VR in Final Fantasy 15. I'm not gonna spend money and go fishing in VR. For God's sake. Understood. I'll make. There's fishing in this one, but it's not as bad as fishing in Final Fantasy 15. Fishing is one of the non-battling classes. Thank you, sweetie. Understood. I'll make sure every coin is accounted for, and that goes. There's one thing. When the time comes to draw up a plan for distributing the spoils, I would ask that you consult Alphinaud. I don't. Rael, sit down, sweetheart. Come on. Rael. I don't have a head for details. I'm not educated. I see that simply handing out stacks of guild works everything, but I can write for you what to do instead. Oh, I know the feeling. I don't have any advice to give Alphinaud. Of course. Commander, we've got a problem. Deep breaths. Outside headquarters and they started making demands. You just come and see for yourself. You only get flying mounts, by the way, in Heavenswood. It was a new thing they brought out in the first expansion pack. So in the first areas you can't fly, and they brought in swimming and underground and underwater exploration in Stormblood. Step back, all of you.
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
We're not leaving till you hand her over!
Bring her out! Bring her out!
Ooh, I think I know.
What's
who they're
going
talking
on? Someone let slip about Fedora.
It's true then! The bitch really is in there! I knew it! I bloody knew it! We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Oh, for Dola, of course.
Come on, you don't mean that! We'd be no better than the Imperials if you'd all just calm down!
Calm down! That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Aye! And my dad! That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock!
We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her!
So that's what all the fuss is about.
Rauba.
Hearken to me, brothers and sisters of Alamigo.
Hey, who's this?
The Bull of
That's the Bull
Alamigo.
of Alamigo.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair. For it is mine as well. That gnawing pain in your breast. It is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted. The ones who may yet live.
Yeah, calm down, dear.
Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers. I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance. But we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves, and for generations yet unborn.
Raban for president.
When they look to our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
Well, stick away from the TV, darling.
I know you're right, I do. But I can't.
Tattoo troublemaker. Another thing I really like about this game, now that that's over, is the races. Most RPGs, MMORPGs, just stick with the normal elves, humans, orcs, dwarves and whatnot. Whereas the ones here, I've got their like, Final Fantasy kind of uses their own ones. I mean, I'm an aura, so I've got horns, I've got scales underneath all those rows, and I've got this like, I've got like a dragon's tail, like a reptilian tail. So I'm like a dragon person. And those black marks on my face are those scales. And they come in two types. You can like a pinky, very light pink scales, or black. I went for black scales because I thought the pink one made my character look like a burns victim. But anyway. And then you've got normal humans, which are like Lees. And then you've got Makots, which are cat people. But they're cat people in the sense that like every anime, any anime fan like enjoys. So it's just human features with cat ears, cat tail, etc., cat eyes and everything. So that's fine. And you've got like elf-like. They're called Elysian, but they're elf-like. Elfino is one of them. Long ears. He's just a child, so he's not very tall. Elysian are quite tall people. And then you've got the Rogadine, which are big people. I suppose they're like orcs / dwarves kind of people. I can take you to a bright place later on. It's just that it's nighttime at the moment. It's got dynamic weather and dynamic day and night. For some reason I find myself at nighttime a lot. For some strange reason. But once the sun goes up, it's really pretty. And some places are a bit darker than others. But if you like go to, I mean, this here is all the places I can go. This here is just all the places I've unlocked. Girabanya is sunny in most places, but the weather is very dusty. Sometimes it can be quite dark. Kugane in Hingashi is quite sunny most of the time, actually. Dravanya is a frozen wasteland. So, well, no, it's not actually. Dravanya is just a wasteland, really. It's got dragons. It's always dark, always raining, always thunder and lightning. Although the Dravanian forelands aren't too bad. Sometimes they have nice weather. Azizla and the Sea of Clouds. The Sea of Clouds is in the sky. It's a sky land, floating islands and stuff. So come here. So you got Camp Cloudtop and Okzundu, which is a beast tribe. They're quite sunny. Sorry, Kurthas is the frozen wasteland. Thanalan is in the desert. It is a desert jewel. It's an oasis, so everything is hot. It's normally sunny, normally daytime. The Shroud is in a forest, so it's very much like if you think Lord of the Rings. It's home of the Elysian with all the elves. It's very elf-like. Where I started is Limsa Lominsa in Lonoskia, or Lonossia, however you want to pronounce that. That place is normally always sunny. It's the home of pirates. It's a coastal town. Actually, it's on the water. I'll go there in a minute. Actually, I was busy with my marketplace there. Actually, so. Oh, the Lullafell! Yes, that's right. The Lullafell. I forgot about them. I'm not very. I like them. They're alright, but I don't like them as a character. I'll never be a Lullafell ever. I've only ever been an Aura or a Makot. It's actually quite funny because people find it quite funny to make Lullafells tanks, and you know that's always interesting. These tiny little people being strong tanks. But yeah. You get the cats, yeah. If you start the Makot race is a race which you can actually start with. You need the Heavens. Is it Heavenswood? Yeah, you need the Heavenswood expansion to be an Aura if you want to be a dragon person. They don't make themselves known as an NPC race in Heavenswood, but they do in Stormblood because that's where they're from. They're from the Kugane area. Come on then. She knows what to do. She knows what to do. I just want to make sure she hasn't done anything extra, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so Makots are one of the races you can actually start with. Not like in World of Warcraft, you had to be a subscribing member in order to play as a Blood Elf. That's what upset me the most when I played WoW for the first time. I couldn't be a Blood Elf. I wanted to be a Blood Elf. My thanks, Raban. Listening to their anger, I could feel myself being swept away. Excuse me, I've just decided to stop munching on a biscuit. Excuse me. Right. 'Twas a difficult tide to stem. 'Twas that same rage which brought us to our feet and carried us to victory. But now the war is over, all the unspent fury is being channeled into vengeance. Aye. And it's not just here. We've reports of mobs forming all over. They've been targeting folk known to have cooperated with the Guardians. It starts with insults most often, then someone picks up a stone. Some industrious souls even thought to seek out the graves of Xenos and his officers, which was grim. I want to build a country where everyone, regardless of race or origin, can live side by side in peace. But maybe the time isn't right. Maybe people just aren't ready. You can get them as minions. There are Moogles. In fact, Moogles form part of the Beast Tribe side quests. You get, unsupported? Unsupported for what? I'm confused. Yeah, but as I was saying, you do get Moogles. There are Moogles. In fact, you get the message system is controlled by a Moogle, as I say. I say it very loosely because it's just an NPC. I'm still confused. Where did you put Final Fantasy 14 in? But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. The representatives will be there soon, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up before I've even begun. Who are these representatives exactly? Oh, village elders, refugee leaders and the like. It wouldn't be right for us to dictate the nation's future on our own, so we've planned a summit of sorts. We've even invited the Ananta and the Kikaren to participate. Alamigo stands at a crossroads, and this meeting will decide which path it takes. The matter of Fodola's sentence cannot be suffered to disrupt proceedings. Oh, did she? I thought much. Then let's execute her and be done with it. She herself asked to be put to death. Nago, I already explained why we wouldn't do that. Sending her to the gallows might satisfy people right now, but where would it end? Should we round up everyone who collaborated and everyone who didn't resist? There would be no one left, and we'd be no better than Theodoric and Xenos. Oh, yeah, you might need to get yourself a PS4 copy. Because either that or pay. I'm not sure if you can still do it or if you can pay to do it now. But when I went over from PS3 to PS4, it was a free digital upgrade for those who were playing on PS3 and wanted to switch to PS4. You could kind of switch over for free, and it takes all your PS3 stuff. So you might need to just start again. Yeah, if you've got the digital download, you might actually be able to just download it, and then you are going to need the base game though, obviously. But I mean, you should try it. You should try it. If you're interested, I am on the Ragnarok server. Like I said earlier on, the Ragnarok server is only open to new submissions, new characters, between certain times. So it's a it's not a legendary server. It's called something else. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember either. I've got terrible brain fog. A frog? Oh god, you see what I mean? Begging your pardon, but might I be allowed to speak with Fodola? Only I caught a glimpse of her past, a moment of it anyway during the fight. She's done terrible things, unforgivable things. But in some ways, she's a victim of the circumstances in which she was born. And that's something I can understand. Alright, speak with the prison guard when you're ready, and I'll come and join you. I want to talk to her too. I did too, but I wasn't sure how to install it. If it's registered, just install it, because if it's registered that you upgraded on your profile, then you might be able to just install. It's a very big game, so I'm warning you. You're going to need the space. I'll return to my other duties then. We've barely begun to investigate the facility where they gave Fodola her powers. Be fairly warned, friends. She will test you. Don't let your emotions colour your judgment when she does. That Makot looks like she's got a rat's tail. Basically, I think what you do is you'll install it, and if you had a profile, if you set up a profile for yourself in the PS3 version, it should take you to the same sort of page where you can log in, and then it'll update and all that stuff. You should be able to control your subscriptions and everything straight from your profile on the Square Enix website. Ah, yeah. See, I did that. I wanted the this barding, which came with my limited edition. I've got a few minions and stuff for my limited edition as well. They really do give you some nice things in the limited edition version. Awesome! It'd be so cool if you can get on here and play. I'm the only person. Well, I've got one other friend who plays, but he hasn't played in like months. So, and didn't get the Stormblood expansion pack. So, I kind of feel like Kirito from Sword Art Online. I kind of do the whole lone wolf thing. I'm part of a free company, but it's a chilled free company because I just don't renew my subscription and I go on like a short break and stuff like that. So I'm part of a company that kind of there if I need them, but don't nag you and stuff like that to do your dailies and your weeklies and all that crap. You give the commander's permission. Why, yes I do. We can power level your character in the Palace of the Dead once you're able to unlock it. That's probably the best place to power level, because the moment you've got a strong enough... Because you don't take your gear in with you, it kind of gives you gear specific to that area. And once you've leveled that up, go in there, just absolutely rake up the XP. If it's a digital download, you just need to, you don't need the disc. Digital download. I've got the disc, which I've got to play with the disc. But yeah, there is a digital version.
Visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you? Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
That's not why we're here,
suggestion. No. You might want to start a new character, maybe. Because if it was a long time since you played it, then it could be that you need to kind of get back into it. And they've changed a lot with the HUD and how things work.
Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom? Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless! There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know I killed your men. I killed my men. And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
That's a lie, and you know it! You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want.
Let me find out when the Ragnarok servers open for submissions.
You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away. I see you, Fedora. I see you for what you are.
If you can't get onto the Ragnarok server, it's not a problem. I can always create another character. Because what they do is they limit congestion, and certain world servers are kind of, like I said, they're kind of closed at certain times for new submissions for characters. I'm looking for.
Come along, Fadola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
Oh, it's a standard now. Interesting.
All right.
Or is it limited
Father,
to
what's Logaius
transfer?
like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
Just let me know. Okay, 14 world restrictions.
There you go again with all your questions. Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Ala Mhigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
I only find. Oh wait, here's a more up-to-date one.
Father, what did that man call us?
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who'd gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
Fadola!
Traitors!
Please, you have to do something. My husband and daughter are in danger.
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of arms.
We're citizens. We have rights.
Yeah, you can. That's strange. And this it didn't,
I'm scared.
It's all right.
And
It's
if
all
you didn't
right.
register your
They don't
transfer, 'cause you
understand,
didn't- you
but they'll
didn't
see in
download it.
time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive.
Traitors! Traitors!
Oh, Riel, sweetheart, why? I can't fix that now, sweetheart. It's okay, Mummy will fix it later, okay?
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
You're alright, don't worry. Mummy can fix that later, okay? You gotta kiss a better too, Brum Brum.
Fadola, please. You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier?
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time. It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind.
Yeah, you will get a new code.
We'll
Yeah.
bleed for them.
You'll
Die
just
for
have
them
to
if we
register
have
it.
We'll do
and
whatever
then
it
you'll be able
takes to be
play and log
free.
in and stuff. Yes? Yes, when he comes home he can, okay? Hell,
So,
it just keeps getting weirder.
you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes. Wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your
It's that light. It's the lights are drop off. You turn the light off and Darwin reflect silhouette of Darwin. When you turn the light on, it was not there.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past? And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they? Don't you dare patronize me!
Freezing here. I'm in my
You don't know a
pajamas, slippers, and under a
goddamn
blanket.
thing about the life I've led. The bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better. I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay.
Uh-oh. Those are my memories. She can see them. Interesting.
You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone. The things they've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How? Why?
It's Stormblood is pretty much like that. Heavenswood was the Dragon War. This one's the Alamegan and the Empire War. There's a lot of wars happening in the past too. What will you say? You know why. You saw. For those I have lost, for those I can yet save, because I choose to. For those I have lost. There are a few characters you'll get attached to. Don't get attached to them.
Damn you all.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
Where did I say I heard Lisa's voice before? It was some kids show on CBeebies or Tiny Pop or something. It was CBeebies or CITV. I don't know the name of it. I've never seen it, but I recognize her voice. The one of the presenters, I recognize her voice. I mean, some people's voices are just that iconic. Oh, gross. That wasn't oil, that was shit. Yes, because they died. What are you doing, Rael? Rael! Rael, what are you doing? Oh, are you just drawing? Okay, sorry, it sounded like you were scratching the floor. She's just drawing on paper. The paper just happens to be on the floor. Rael, why don't you go draw on your table there, please? Rael? I swear this child does not listen to me.
Rael.
Rael. Rael. Oi! You with a face. Jeez. Even then she doesn't respond. I don't know that we solved anything exactly, but we've given Fordola something to think about at least. Aye, and I found something new to think about too. I don't know about you, Lilith, but the visions only come to me every now and then. From the way Fordola kept wincing though, I get the feeling she's having them almost all the time. That's a lot of bad memories to deal with. I wonder, could there be some fundamental difference between one who is born with the echo and one who has been artificially imbued with it? Well, the Immortal Flames have been scouring that research facility ever since the Liberation. There's a chance they might have some answers for us. General Alden's there overseeing the investigation. Let's go and pay him a visit, shall we? They really should increase the time you're allowed to keep your chocobo out. It used to be that as long as you were using your chocobo, the timer didn't run down. But now it seems that every half an hour your chocobo goes, regardless of whether you're using it or not. Unless, of course, you're mounted on it. Oh god, these walls are high. Oh. That's because that's where I need to be. General Alden is inside. Will you be joining me? Why, yes. I am... this is my go-to game when I just want to chill out. Wow. Look at this place. Last time I was in here, I was fighting in it. Is that a face? Wow. What news? You spoke with Fordola, I take it? Yes, as expected, she didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. Arenvald noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how the Echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? We've been hard-pressed just to organize the research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the Scion's expert assistance if you have time to lend a hand. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. And zoom out again, because the dialogue's over. So many bodies. Every one of them fits on these experiments. Oh, those are bodies! Oh wow, okay. Few show any signs of external injury. From what we've been able to determine, they perished from forcible ether extraction. Such a miserable way to die. Ooh. So these are all bodies. Wow. Okay. Not any other one. All the pods are designed to drain the ether of their occupants, save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior has been fitted with an array of sensors to measure etheric waveforms. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell you. The device in which Krile was held seems even more ominous now you know its purpose. The surrounding pods are marked Supply Subject, while this one bears the label Master Subject. The Ironworks received a request from the Alliance to analyze these devices, and I've been recording everything of interest. Did you notice the labeling? All the pods are designed to drain the ether of the occupants, save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior has been fitted with an array of sensors to measure etheric waveforms. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell you. I know little and less of science, so any light you can shed on this facility's operations would be much appreciated. Lilith, shall we start with you? Okay, go on. I have to race trains? Oh dear. Taken in combination with the testimonies of Krile and Thancred, I do begin to see exactly what the Imperials were attempting here. The enhancement procedure entailed infusing a single candidate with ether siphoned from a multitude of supply subjects. As for the master subject, in this case Krile, the patterns of her etheric activity would provide the model upon which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura. In other words, they were trying to recreate Krile's echo? I believe so, which would explain our prisoner's present state. Krile is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seems probable that the procedure engendered the same acute sensitivity in Fordola. The soldiers who guard Fordola, many of them lost friends and family to the skulls. And there's a sentry at her door, night and day, if she can't help sensing their thoughts and seeing their past. But you don't just see their past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain, imagine what it would do to you. You'd never be the same again. Rael, sweetie pie, that's very noisy. Do it on the carpet. Right on the carpet. Indeed, as you may recall, Ysael was completely transformed by a single glimpse of Hraesvelgr's past. Fordola has been forced to experience the agony of those whose lives she destroyed. The guilt must be unbearable. That explains her request to be executed. Well, careful. Go play over there on the carpet, sweetie. Sounds like to me like a kind of justice. Regardless, she can suffer on for now. We have more pressing matters to consider. If the results of these experiments have been relayed back to Garlemald, there will be naught to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the echo to anyone, to an entire legion. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of these god-forsaken procedures, and Fordola remains our best source of information. She'll not be getting her wish. Not yet. Right. Keep faith, lass. If you're to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you're telling them. People will respond to passion, but not if it's feigned. I understand. Thank you, General. We should leave the flames to it. Let's go. What is that thing? Oh, okay. I was speaking about minions earlier on. This little guy on my shoulder is a galley cat. It's like a bat cat thing. And it's something you can kind of collect. There's also a little mini game that you can play in the Gold Saucer, where you battle with minions. It's a bit like Pokemon meets Smite meets, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, no, there's a card game here as well, so maybe not Yu-Gi-Oh! The hell? Oh, sorry. I go looking for answers about the Echo and end up getting schooled by Ralban. Yet more evidence that I don't know what I'm doing. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. General Alden is a veteran of countless campaigns, Lise. You cannot compare yourself to a commander of his experience. I know. But I also know that I couldn't have convinced that mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority, and how much I still have to learn. I wonder what he'll do when everything here is settled. I mean, it's his homeland. After going to the trouble of winning it back, might he not want to stay? It is a quandary which countless refugees now face. To continue the life they built in Ul'dah, or start again in the land of their birth. Lilith, a moment. Oh, Freddos! I am newly returned from Ul'dah with a message from the Sultana. Her Grace desires an audience with you. She understands that you have responsibilities here, but asks that you visit the palace at your earliest inconvenience. Your earliest convenience. Well, I must away and attend to other business. Until next time, my friends. As a little Lalafeld you like so much. An audience with the Sultana. Depending on the nature of her consultation, this might be the perfect opportunity to inquire about the General's future plans. Yes, we'd all like to know about those, Alphinaud, but not everyone's as comfortable interrogating royalty as you. Take no notice of him, Lilith. Right, here's an opportunity to see someplace sunny for a change. I haven't been back to Thanalan in a long time. No, not Lise. Ah. No, stop asking Lise. Right, what have we got here? Stewed river bream, Doman tea, persimmon pudding, and I'll go with silver pieces. I don't really do food things. Well, the question of how to put the Mad King's treasure to good use shows no sign of answering itself. Shall we be about it, Arenvald? I am at your beck and call. And I should be getting back to my own task. I'll organize a squad to head down into the ruins and then start preparing for the big meeting. Oh, send Nanamo my regards, Lord. And ours too. If you please, we shall see you on your return. Ciao! Speak with Bartholomew in Ul'dah. So Ul'dah is the royal city in the middle of the Thanalan desert. Speaking of royal cities, one of the weekly things that you can do now is visit the city of Rabanastre, which if anyone plays Final Fantasy XII will recognize. What the hell? Okay. Right, so this is Thanalan, and hopefully it'll be daytime. It's sunrise, I think. So, look at that beautiful sunrise. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. What's that now? Level 50 Way of the Samurai. Oh, at least I know where to pick up the Samurai class now. I wouldn't have thought Thanalan though. I just love the sunrise and sunsets in this place. It is in Steppes of Nald. Kissing the Couch. Chamber of Rule. So let's go back into this Aetheryte chamber and go there. Careful, don't hurt yourself, sweetie. Follow channels, tab won't go away, and it's blocking the list. You can't. Oh yeah, I think if you go over to your picture, there's a little arrow next to your picture, and I think you just tap on that. I don't know what you're watching it on, but on my screen that's what it looks like. There's like a little arrow pointing to the left. That should close your followed, and then you have all your the avatars instead of the channel, the avatars and the names. So if you just click on that, it'll hide that tab. It should hide that tab anyway. Am I going the wrong way? Oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna run. Don't suck the couch, sweetheart. What is wrong with you? No, do not bite the leather. Oh, me while I deal with my rabbit child. Hey, please don't chew on the leather. No, no, no. Rael, I'm gonna tell Daddy. Daddy, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. Go draw. Just ignore her, because that's what she wants. She wants reaction. You are expected, my lady. Please proceed.
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy. The liberation of Alamigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel.
Glad to hear it. What's happening now?
I speak of Rauban and his future.
Okay, get them out. No, you're quite capable of climbing on there and getting
All
it
know the
yourself.
tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Ul'dah home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo. And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side.
She wants her tea-set stuff that is going with the couch.
I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt. Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Ul'dah or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret. Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears.
I just realised now that George is talking to me.
Might I have your company for a brief adventure? Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
The Sultana is coming with me on an adventure? Interesting. What? Sorry, I'm busy typing something. I'm just reading what I just typed. Instead of saying what, I said what.
Oh.
Okay, trying to edit this because I see there's nothing on my... I might just need to refresh quickly because my Twitch video is playing up. Right, so speak with Nanamo outside the quicksand. Right, so that's the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Every main city's got an Adventurers Guild. That's basically how you kind of start your adventure in the first place. It's where the inn is, where your guild leader, well, Adventurers Guild. Bloody. There we go, that's better. Everything's updated. Okay. See, now it's night. I don't know why I always seem to get the luck of the draw of being at night time. Oh well. Oh hello. What do you think of Lilira, the merchant's daughter? This is the disguise I don when I wish to leave the palace and observe my subjects unnoticed. Ordinarily, Papashan would accompany me, but for this particular outing I need an advisor, not a minder. And that is why I requested your company. Over the course of your many adventures you have met people from all walks of life, in every corner of Eorzea, and I would make use of your worldly experience. Now, let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the Gate of Nald. Now, which one's the Gate of Nald? Oh, right there. If you, it will have a one-time password, but you shouldn't need to put it in. It should have been something that you would have, it's just for extra security precautions. If, for example, your account is, compromised, then they'll ask you for that one-time password. But otherwise, for normal logging in, you don't need the one-time password. Just put your email in and the password you would have given them. It's a sandstorm going on. I'm having the worst luck with weather. I'm not really showing off Eorzea in all its glory at the moment. It looks like crap today. Although sometimes the weather kind of is... No, sweetie, careful, that's mommy's dress. The weather in some places can kind of bring forth certain monsters, which is kind of like old Final Fantasy style as well. I know Odin only appears when there's certain conditions in the Black Shroud. Look upon this procession of tattered tents. These refugees camp in squalor, at the mercy of the elements and Thunderland's predators both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is, and unless blessed by the hand of Nald himself... Oh... No refugee could ever hope to afford a dwelling in Ul'dah. 20 years have passed since the fall of Ala Mhigo, and 5 since the calamity. Yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less, as Sultana the blame falls upon me. You have done your best, Your Grace. Your hands have been tied. I wouldn't say she's done her best, but I'll say your hands are... Yes, my authority is limited, and that is an obstacle I must work to overcome. Shall we press on? I would follow the road to the unholy air. Okay. My account has been restricted. Oh dear. Square really good at sorting these problems out for as well when I first started. Getting my stuff back, you know, sorted out. I assume you're trying to get into an old account. It could be that someone tried to hack into your account. I've had sometimes they would have sent you an email if someone has. They're pretty spot on when it comes to security. They're really good. Normally it would mean that you might just have to contact them and ask them to lift the restriction. Because any sort of unsavory activity they'll pick up on. If you were playing, I wouldn't say religiously, but regularly, they would probably have sent you an email saying, look, you know, you got to change your password. I've had to change my password a couple of times. I've got a few passwords I chop and change because sometimes it's just, you know, if it is compromised, then they will lock everyone and they don't. convenient at times, but it was here in this wholly unremarkable place that my met their doom. I was but a child at the time. My parents were returning for an inspection of our interest in Eastern Thanalan when an untimely rock slide crushed their carriage. To this day it is not certain if the incident was simple misfortune or an expertly planned assassination. Rauban once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth he assumed I must surely crave, but I refused. Even if my parents' death were orchestrated by the monetarists, we could only have brought their hirelings to justice. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens. Quite unaware of the consequences my actions would have for you and yours, I shudder to think how many goodly souls paid the price for my naivety. But I'm no— What is it, sweetheart? Oh, God's sake. Okay, I'm coming. Sorry, I'll be right back. Keep getting media playback aborted, error on Twitch every few seconds. I don't know if it's me or you. My Twitch seems to be running okay. So it might be, I don't know, have you tried just refreshing the page? Because that seemed to have worked for me. I'm really not sure why it would do that. Oh, just bear with me 1 second, I'll be right back. Me for attention. Sweet thing. Okay. Right, and I'm back. And where were we? Okay, we're just carrying on. Oh dear. Refreshed it a few times. I don't know what else to suggest.
I found another dinosaur. I found mine. Big dinosaur.
Yes, you did. Right, so. But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn in the monetarists' damnable games. Forgive me my outburst. You are one of the few people to whom I feel I can speak my mind. Come, let us return to Ul'dah and visit the Colosseum. Do you want to lie here by Mummy again? Do you want to lie under the blanket? Come. Okay, alright, let me just move up. Hang on. Do you want a pillow? Okay, come, sit up. There we go. Oh, okay, well, give me a second. I'll just move up here. Right. Playback aborted. Error. Or did this happen after you turned beta off? That might be, maybe, I don't know. I'm at a loss there. Speak with Nanamo in the Colosseum. Where is the Colosseum? It's back in Ul'dah. Oh, I've got some more followers on Twitch now.
Nice.
Yeah. 2 more. Well, hey! 2 more Twitch followers. Woohoo! I will get it up to my YouTube followers. Twitch is more fun when you start gaining more people who watch you. Colosseum is this way, I think. Now it's asking for a security question, but oh. I wonder if it might not just be worth making a new, oh good. I wonder if it might not just be better just to make a new profile for yourself. I don't know if you've got another email address you can use. And where is the Colosseum? Hang on. No, I thought I was going the wrong way. Of course, yes, the Colosseum is out down this way, isn't it? There it is. Grizzly just went grizzly on him. Never mind. From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document signing and ceremonies. For years I simply signed where I was told to sign and sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from that ignominious chapter in my life. For it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Raoban. The match I had been invited to attend was not at all what I expected. They had pitted the bull of Alamigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice, and demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another, and by royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Raoban to die on the sands that day. Regardless, my intervention meant that Raoban had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did. And when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theatre. But as you know, Raoban is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting on the blood sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom but a seat on the syndicate. And then I had my blade. Now what you catching? Yeah, no. Raoban is badass. Don't you just love Final Fantasy and their hugely over-exaggerated swords? You should see the swords that the Dark Knights carry. They're huge. I think my Dark Knight sword is probably as long as what my character is. Ridiculous. It does look cool. Face. And the Dark Knight is what I like about the Dark Knight is they have a red aura that surrounds them, and they use blood.
Seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Shum. Raoban!
Your Grace, I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine.
Okay, cool. As long as you're coming white.
With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Uldar. And so, as tradition dictates, Raoban Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last. Long live the Sultana, and long live Uldar!
Words cannot well express what that man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, of course. Papashan's love for me is as that of a grandsire for his grandchild. But upon matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants for counsel. Raoban, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which would cut through strings that bound me. I think somebody's a little bit in love. 3 slots remaining. Oh Christ, I've got to go and sell some stuff. My inventory's looking a bit... Oh, hang on. I can use that. There we go. We must make haste. My absence will not go unnoticed by the Sultan's Sworn for long, and there are other places I would visit. To the Arzanath ossuary. Where is that? Don't recognize the name. Oh! That's the Thaumaturge Guild. Yeah, I can go there. It's just outside. Hey, sweetie. How are you? Are you feeling better now? That's good. Oh no. Obey. Stay, place, heal. That's what I want. When the calamity threatened, Raoban led the Alliance forces into battle on the plains of Carteneau, and I remained here. I prayed with all my heart that Archon Louisoix would have the power to rouse the 12. Since that day I have made a custom of visiting this shrine during each of my little excursions. Here I seek the blessing of Fal, reflect upon my choices, and ask myself if I am fulfilling my duties as Sultana. You are rightly celebrated as a champion because you have led the line in 100 battles for the good of Eorzea. In much the same way, I believe the measure of a monarch lies in how she leads her people in times of adversity. If I am to be a Sultana worthy of the name, I cannot turn a blind eye to the troubles facing Ul'dah. I have chosen my path, Lilith. With Ala Mhigo now freed from imperial chains, I finally see a way to aid the refugees. Already many displaced Ala Mhigans seek to begin the long trek home. To facilitate that process, I have made a small contribution, an artisan school in Rhalgr's Reach for any who wish to learn new trades. Realistically, however, it will take years for such training to yield tangible benefits. But we do not have years. These people will need shelter and employment if they are to survive, and this time the Ul'dah Treasury shall provide. Precisely where and how to allocate the necessary funds is, of course, another question. Might you ask a member of the Syndicate for advice? Why not seek the advice of one who employs refugees? Yeah, I know. Once you've got everything set up and going, though, it's just a matter of logging in and enjoying the game. It's really probably the only part of it. And of course, buying game time if you want. If you ever do continue to sort of like go with game time and stuff. That's how I do it. I buy game time every 60 days. Because sometimes, like I said, sometimes I go on breaks and I'm not really sort of like bound by a subscription that I'm kind of like have to play then. Because if I know I'm not going to play it very much 1 month, I just won't renew my subscription, or I'll renew it later or whenever I decide, you know, to play. It's almost like pay as you go. A wise suggestion. Mayhap a visit to the Gold Saucer is in order. Its proprietor is a member of the Syndicate, and he is one of the few who pay refugees a fair wage. Okay. I wonder, are you acquainted with Godbert Mandeville? Oh, fuck Mandeville! Oh my god. Hey? Hello. 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 Oh my goodness. When I try to make FF online, I can't. Oh gosh. Yeah, their security is tight. If you do, you won't be able to buy in-store. I don't know if the one if the store there near you sells it, but I know the one by us doesn't sell the physical cards anymore. So when I buy through game, I buy the digital game time, because then they just email that through straight to you. You don't have to wait for the card in the post, because you can buy the physical card if you want, but then you have to wait for it. I've seen the game website's been playing up since for a bit recently, so I now just go straight through Mog Station. Plus it's cheaper that way. Then well, not much cheaper, it's like a few p cheaper maybe. Then I need not explain this eccentric nature. Let us make our way to the landing, and I will see that word is sent to the Gold Saucer. Godbert should be only too glad to receive us. What a card this man is, I swear. The Mandeville, and let me just show you the dance, the Mandeville dance. This is what they do. This is their entire family. This explains them really well. The Mandeville dance. I mean, like, what the hell? Seriously, this is the Mandeville. This explains their personality traits really well. It doesn't beat our Destiny dance. Oh my god, Bronwyn, did I you weren't here when we had a big dance party in Destiny.
I don't know, it depends how big it was.
It was huge. No. It was hilarious. I've recorded it. I'll show you the video later. I might just share the video on Facebook actually. It is absolutely hilarious. Airship landing. Yeah, so in Destiny 2, there's a dance that you can buy as an emote for your character from Eververse, which is like a premium shop which uses microtransactions and in-game currency to sort of like buy stuff. And this dance is just ridiculous. It really is. I'll post it on Facebook and show you. If anyone kind of like follows my Facebook page, and you can see the video as well, because I think I'll share it there. I won't share it on. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can. I'll have to. I'll share it on my Facebook page as well. So, yeah, if anyone wants to join my Facebook page or follow it, it's www.facebook.com/Crimson Butterfly Gaming, and Crimson spelt with a K, just like my calling name. I have ridden aboard a public airship before, but this shall be my first visit to the Gold Saucer. Gold Saucer is a park, gambling, casino, whatever. Etherite right there. I'm not gonna. There it is, Gold Saucer. Not Northern Fenland. I've stacked up many game points buying game time. By the time Final Fantasy VII finally comes out, I reckon I'll probably be able to get it for free. Any Final Fantasy VII fans out there? This is straight out of Final Fantasy VII, the Gold Saucer. Huh? Why is someone crying at my comment? Someone's crying at my comment. Or accidentally put the wrong one, I don't know. The one that says, it's always refreshing to see a female character on the musclier side compared to what we normally get fed. On the Last of Us Part 2 trailer. Well, it's crying, and then when I go into the comment, it's actually just a thumbs up. It could be just like, you know when you accidentally choose the wrong... Yeah, it's like, oh, no, I didn't mean like that. Put your feet down then, silly girl. Okay, she's just in the next. I should actually see if they've got any. I've got loads of credits. I should actually see if I normally used to came here. I forgot the mini cactus. I'm gonna play some mini cactus one here. Come on, come on. Drawing number 1530 of the mini cactus is care to try your luck with a ticket, miss? Yes, please. Mini cactus. What number are we going for here? We're going for 6. Put your feet down. 2, 6. Ooh. It's not going to be those ones. Let's try that one. Let's do it again. We want 6. Come on. I'm not going to get 6 at all with this one, so the next best one will be 24. So 9 plus 4 is 13, plus 5 is 18, that will get me 119. So we've got more. Great. Wasn't really a great one. I've already got the challenge for getting the jackpot. Your patronage is most appreciated, miss. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Gold saucer attendant, prize claim. Let's see what we've got. Oh, nothing new. These are all glamour things. It's the gambler's trench coat, the bunny outfits, which is so popular amongst fun anime in Japan and stuff. The Playboy bunny outfits. Bunny Chief. Oh, it's just the Riviera, Glade, Oasis, Swine. Oh, that's new actually. I don't recognize Swine. Shalane goggles. Coxcomb, Coil Mask, Succubus Forms, that's old Calls of the Beast. Try on. What the heck is it? It's a belt.
Gold.
Nothing. Oh, hang on. What about mounts? We've got Piggy, Minion, these are minions. Ballroom etiquette, the Tavenarian dance. The gold dance. Modern aesthetic ponytails and modern aesthetic curls. I think I've got all those. Guarding, elemental, whistle. Fenrir horn. I need 1,000,000 of those for the Fenrir. I would love Fenrir. But never mind. 5 exchange 2. Still level 50 stuff. Nothing of worth here. Nothing's really updated here. I wish I kind of would update it. Oh, never mind. I had heard descriptions of its splendor, yet I never dreamed it would be so bright and inviting. Also includes a month of game time, so it would work out as £12 for the game and expansions. Oh really? That's actually quite a bargain actually. Because you get your free... Well, I don't know if you get your free one, if you've already used it. But if it comes with a month's worth of game time, then that's really worthwhile then. Worth getting. I heard descriptions of... Yeah, I've heard it already. What happens in the Soldier 3? No, I couldn't possibly... We did not come here to fritter away the royal coin. Godbert will be expecting us. Come, let us head directly to the lounge and ignore these bawdy temptations. I believe this is where we are to meet Master Mandalore. Shall we sit while we wait for his company? My apologies, Your Grace. I have kept you waiting. I'll just make a new... Yeah, that's what I thought. If it's giving you too many hassles, and just make a new account. I mean, you'll be starting from the beginning. It's not like you're really losing anything anyway. No apologies are necessary, Gobbos. My request was sudden, and you were kind to make yourself available at such short notice. When my son's good friend and the Sultana herself come calling, there is no more important engagement. It's actually nice to see him in clothes for once. As for the purpose of my visit, I would have your thoughts on how the Crown might best aid the refugees residing in Thanalan. You are aware, I am sure, that many of Ala Mhigo's displaced sons and daughters long to return to their newly liberated homeland, and you are also aware of how they will suffer without shelter and work to sustain them. I would use our nation's wealth to spare them of that suffering. What advice have you for me on the matter of how it might best be distributed? The unusual circumstances of our meeting and your Grace's choice of companion would suggest to me a desire for an honest and unvarnished opinion. I shall give you one. My advice to you is stop. Taxing Uldar's wealth to save Ala Mhigan refugees is a terrible, terrible idea. You oppose my proposition? Most emphatically. I agree with your Grace that the refugees must have housing and employment, but what profit is there for Uldar in this arrangement? Profit? After all you have done for Girabanya's displaced, I thought you the very last person to seek the benefit from their misfortune. Forgive me, Your Grace, but you appear to be labouring under a misapprehension. It is a fine endeavour to support one's fellow man. I fear, however, that your stance is one born of pity. Your intent is to save the refugees, is it not? For all our potential, we are indolent creatures by nature. If unconditional charity is all we know, then we begin to rely upon it, to expect it. And then we must consider Uldar's own poor and downtrodden. Should they hear of you spending the nation's coin, and not to improve their lot, but to nurture the distant citizens of Ala Mhigo, it is unlikely they will applaud your generosity. Surely it is not your Grace's intention to foster new resentments, but to spread goodwill. Indeed. Then any support I pledge to the refugees must promote self-sufficiency, whilst also serving the interests of the people of Uldar. Exactly so. Such an arrangement will create a far more equitable relationship with the returning Ala Mhigans, even as it generates the revenue required to win the approval of your subjects. You have given me much to ponder, Master Mandalore. I thank you for your candour. Oh! She's like pouting and kissing in the air. This cat's actually getting on my nerves a little bit. Put it away from me. Profit? The thought never even crossed my mind. But standing about lamenting my naivety will not do anyone any good. I shall consider my lesson learned and press on. Lilith, are you perchance acquainted with any successful merchants? If my attempt at philanthropy is obliged to reap a profit, it would seem wise to consult someone with a knack for business. Ordinarily, I would not trust any agent of the East Aldnard Trading Company, but if you hold this Hancock's fellow in high esteem, I am content to be led by you. You may repay my faith by journeying to distant Kugane and speaking with him on my behalf. Eager though I am to visit those shores, I have not the leisure for a lengthy sea voyage. Now, assuming you will travel as adventurers are wont to do, I shall await your report by the Aetheryte and Uldar. A fair journey to you, Lilith, and a swift one if you choose. Pretty much, yeah. It is definitely like a... Like I should be sort of like... I don't know. You need a warm drink. Yeah! Give us a second, sweetie. Auntie Brum Brum's all teed out. I'll make the next round. Kugane. My favorite place in this game is Kugane. Need toast? How about some grapes? Grapes, okay. It is snack time now anyway. Okay, I'm coming. Shame. She wants a snack. Oh, another thing as well that you might like about Final Fantasy, if you like Skyrim and stuff like that, because I know some people like to play Skyrim in first-person view. There is a way to make this game go to first person. It's also got the same sort of the same sort of thing. You just press R3 and it becomes a first-person game. Oh, this place is beautiful. I love it. Listen to that. Oh, man. I'm just going to go over the bridge here quickly and get some really nice view. I'm coming, honey, sweet. Right, I'll be right back. Stop moving, little snack. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go and feed my spawn. She's hungry. Oh my gosh, you're a spaghetti monster. You know that? I want one. Stop moving, little. Oh, you're so cute. You know that, right? I'm gonna go make her a snack. And would you like a cup of tea then? Lovely. Okay. I need some coffee. Be right back. And enjoy the view. Hang on. I'm trying to get the right. No, I'm trying to get a good view here for everyone. Pretty. I love the music. Enjoy the music, everyone. this remote, I swear to God. It just keeps disappearing. Mommy, sit chill, please. Yeah, I'm gonna move you. Hold it up, hold it up. I'm gonna move you, and I'm gonna sit back here, okay? And back in. Okay. Now, you can sit down. There we go. Oh, you alright? Kind of. Child. Right, okay. Get everything back. Right. This, everyone, is Kugane, which is one of the new cities in Stormblood. As you can see, very typically Japanese, more than Chinese. There are a few odd Chinese influences, but it is mostly Japanese in inspiration. Especially the names and the music and everything would suggest that it's Japanese as well in this world. Item merchant. Level 67 mission, not interested. I like to keep some missions for working on my other classes. So the amount of times I've just sat here and just sat listening to the music, it's so peaceful. It is my dream to go to Japan. One day. One day when I'm big, I'll go there. If I could, I've had like times of like, that's it, I'm doing everything, I'm moving to Japan. I don't care if I can't speak the language yet. Lilith, to what do I owe the pleasure? Or are you here on business? I beg your pardon? Grace the Sultana would have my opinion on how best to invest the wealth of Uldar. My dear Lilith, I have you to thank for this recognition, I am sure, and I am flattered that you came to me, truly flattered. But why settle for a lowly apprentice when you could have the master? Upon matters of profit, there is no living soul better qualified to advise Her Grace than Chairman Lolorito, a man whose morning exertions are said to fill his guard robe with gold. I should be happy to arrange a meeting for you, say at the Scion's former headquarters in Thanalan. The Waking Sands would seem a suitable, neutral venue for negotiations, don't you think? Fare you well, Lilith, and may your dealings prove fruitful. Oh, wrong one. I have the song playing on my theme. It's been changed on my got the that music. It's really nice. And it's daytime finally. See, it can be bright in here. This is how bright the game normally is. Well, for most people, I guess, if you're playing during the day. By daytime, I mean game daytime. Not so dull and dreary, is it? Oh, yes. I'll show you Costa del Sol. That is literally a tropical paradise. So, not everything's doom and gloom. Ah, samurai class. Very nice. Sorry, I'm just checking out that person in red. Welcome back, Lilith. Did your merchant friend have any useful advice to share? With Lolorito? And you agreed to this? I am well aware of his standings in the field of business, but I had hoped to keep the monetarist at arm's length, and him in particular. I swap and change. I've got the Final Fantasy VII one, and I've got the Final Fantasy IX one as well. I just like the fact that they kind of like got nice music that plays in the background as well, music that I kind of, you know, I grew up with, playing video games and stuff. And the Final Fantasy IX theme is absolutely adorable. Nay, I cannot live in fear of the man. I must learn to rule Ul'dah effectively. Very well. I will meet with Lolorito. Let us go on ahead to the Waking Sands and prepare for his coming. Have you managed to play a little bit of Little Nightmares? You could be finished it in one day. So this is where the Scions first congregated. I have heard many tales, but never had occasion to visit. To work then. The hour of the meeting draws near, and I would gather my thoughts. Pray see to it that we have the appointed room to ourselves. Slaffers.
A personal summons from the Scions. This must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help.
Sure, Lolorito. You really should. It's quite cute.
You have made your point. 'Tis indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask. There, would this better please your grace?
Eyes.
Or should I address you as Lady Lilira?
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I'm glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito, but shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say, I am most eager to hear your proposal.
Yep.
Simply put, I would aid the refugees camped in
Tell me
Thanalan
about that.
in their efforts to return to Alamigo.
And I decided not to start a new one at the moment. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not finishing Amnesia. I just... honestly, it just irritates me way too much. I find it frustrating.
The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate.
I actually don't know what to
This
start
plan
from.
is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make of this an investment which shall enrich Ul'dah and Alamigo both.
I'm thinking I'm probably going to finish because at the moment I've just got to the Still Shrine Still Shrine Miriam.
And who better to consult on matters of profit?
I've also got World of Final Fantasy to finish, so I might just do a Final Fantasy binge on my streams and just sort of get through those and then carry on with my backlog. I've got so many, and then so many still coming out. I've got Sims 4 coming out at the end of this month. Oh, what am I gonna do?
Twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more.
Let's make it up.
Ooh, you did make it down. Very clever.
Okay.
To summarize, In return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Alamigo, you ask that... I am impressed, Your Grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
How swiftly you identify the weakness in my plan, just as I knew you would. Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gir Abania, and you know the land far better than I. Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
Oh gosh, now you ask me. Oh! Alagana, Alagiri, or the Sultry? Oh god, I can't even remember. The Sultry is by the locks. That's a bit like a fortress. Alagiri, I want to say, is on the mountainside. And Alagana... I'm gonna go with the Sultry.
Ah, yes, that desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Sultry and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution, much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included. Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient, and in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gil.
The local citizens will need to be consulted, of course, but I trust the East Aldenar Trading Company can be relied upon to provide its assistance in negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production.
Yeah, I kind of... I've got the base pack of Sims 4 on my laptop, but my laptop, I don't want games on my PC because I kind of use it for other software and programs, art and stuff. So I kind of want to keep games on my laptop. My laptop is not that powerful in comparison to my PC. My PC will be able to handle it, but I was hoping to wait for the PS4 version, which I'm glad I did, being pretty much everything the PC has to offer, and that includes no limitation on building and stuff. Well, so they advertise anyway. So I'm probably going to get that. I absolutely love Sims 4. Beg your pardon.
The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders, just as Your Grace desired.
A deal is struck then.
Might just take a break from the story and do my dailies. I fear it will be many years before I feel comfortable taking part in such negotiations, but I shall not complain. We have piqued Lolorito's interest and secured his Stop stuffing your face full of grapes! And secured his invaluable expertise. Thank you, Lilith. I could not have done it without you. Give me some of that silver. Let's just get out the way, King. It'll be a bitch trying to find this woman again. Of course, our course is decided. I shall return to the palace and have my ministers begin work on implementing the particulars of the plan. If I could prevail upon you one more time, Lilith, I would ask that you convey the details of our negotiations to Commander Hicks on your return to Alamigo. My thanks again. Together we have laid the groundwork for an endeavour which promises to benefit the people of Alamigo and Uldar both. Right. Hagen Quarter. That's all well and good. I'm gonna go to Limsa Lominsa. I just want to check up on my stuff. And then I might just have a look at my dungeon and raid dailies. I still need to finish the weekly, which is the City of Rabanastre. I'm sure I did the City of Rabanastre. I don't know why I didn't. Well, maybe I did something else. I don't know. I've opened up so many new dungeons. I kind of grinded the past few days all the new dungeons so that I could get the item level to actually progress this far. And DLC was cross-buy. I spent so much money on the PC version. Okay. See, that's the thing. What they should do is what they do like with Final Fantasy, where you kind of log in. They should have you. Should you be able to log in on your? Because I know you. The Prime. I can't remember. Right. You gotta log into that little. I haven't done it in a while. Forget its name now. Origin account. You know, you should be able to log into an Origin account. Like you have to log into Square to play Final Fantasy. Because that would be cool. Because then you could sort of, you know, register that you've got the PC version, kind of like take your stuff. Because I mean, this game is cross-platform. I don't see why more games aren't cross-platform. I mean, there's a lot of people on here. I think in our free company, there's only a handful of us actually play on the PS4, but we all play together. I mean, probably most of these people are probably sitting, you know. Right. No, I mean, because you can like sort of like, I don't know how you'd be able to. I suppose I don't know how you'd be able to take all your houses and stuff across. Probably that wouldn't work, because that's kind of something that you'd store on the PC itself. But well, I don't know. Characters maybe, you know, at least. That's alright. Great. So, yeah, I'll just start I picked up. No, I didn't pick up any. Look who it is! Who's that?
Daddy!
Hello! How was it? Not great? Oh, that's busy drying, don't worry. What, yours or just the entire?
What you bought?
Really?
What you bought?
Sorry, bear with me 1 second.
What you bought? What you bought?
She
3
would?
hours a day for 3 days a week. There's no managers in the store at the moment, so she didn't have a presentation, and they made her cry.
Thing is though, wait, that's not a really good excuse. You should go in on your time off then, and make an effort.
No. No.
Does it have to be on your time?
It has to be on store's time. We worked through a new one. I think it was very uncalled for. Instead of criticizing and building her, they broke her down.
And giving her advice for future.
So I said to her, Charlotte, if it happens again, we find yourself in this situation where you haven't got anything, and I'm done. Let me know. Take some random fucking photos, send it to me, and I will provide your presentation. So further than that, I'm now looking at stepping up to managerial positions. So it's in my best interest to support. If you need help with anything, anywhere, with anything, phone me. I have clout in the company. Ring me, I'll make things happen for you.
Well, does that mean
what? As a support piece, you know what I mean? She felt supported.
Do you have to pass all the units, or is it just something that it'll just you guys will just go on now into the next one?
So chances are she won't be successful.
Oh, do you have to pass something on? Obviously, yeah. Okay, good. You store your houses. Oh, you can. Okay, well, if you can do that, then that would make it much easier to pull things across. So I don't see why it wouldn't be able to happen, especially now with the technology nowadays. The PS3 and all that stuff. What is what? Oh no, we're talking about Sims 4. It's coming out on the 17th. No, I know. Okay, so I'm selling stuff now. Where to now? Dailies. So we're going to check up on dailies. What have we got here? What am I on? Okay, so we've got... Why have you got the Switch out? Did you get yourself a Switch game? No answer, that must mean a yes. Right, so we're gonna just dive into level 50 and 60 dungeons. Every day these weeks and you get... I'm looking for tomestones of verity and creation to get my my next gear. I'm actually looking for... No, I am. We've got leveling, only gives me 5, that gives me 10 at least. Don't bother with those, because those don't give me any at all. Neither do those, but those do. Okay, so we'll just do that quick, just to like take a break from the story. 24-minute wait. Okay. In the meantime, what do we do in the meantime?
Is he the shiny one?
Is he a shiny one? Oh, he is a shiny one. Right, okay. Ben 10 is being strange. Oh, something's happening. Hang on. This place is... Okay. Right. Sorry, my... Strange. I wonder if I should change my hair. That's my hairstyle for now. One thing you can do is you can change your race if you've got Fantasia, which you've got to buy with real money. Otherwise, you get a free bottle with, like for example, I got the edition Dragon's Wood. So that kind of gave me a free bottle of Fantasia, which allowed me to change into Aura because they brought out a new race. So they gave race. So I went from a Makot to a Aura and an Aura. Beg your pardon. Right, what can I do while I wait for the dungeon? I'm number 43 in the queue right now. Tell you what, I'll go to Rolga's Reach and have a look, see what I can buy there. Oh, if I could, I would if it was in real life. I would love a bottle of Fantasia if I could. I swear to God, I will become Asian in a heartbeat. No, but in the game, you can change your race. You can change the way you look as well. With just normal in-game currency, you can change your hairstyle. You can change your eye color. You can change. You can change your hair color. You can have two-tone hair, which is quite nice. At the moment, I'm just rocking a black ponytail. I try and keep my avatars looking as much like me as aesthetically pleasingly as possible. You know, like your online character will always be prettier or skinnier or buffer than you know your real life presence. But otherwise, other than that, I try and keep. I don't have long hair anymore, so that's what I was thinking. I was like, because I took my hair extensions out, I'll probably drop the long ponytail. But I quite like this pony. I always seem to go back to this ponytail for some reason. I like the fringe, I like the bangs, it's quite nice. But I probably won't be able to go to the aesthetician right now. Right, so tombstone. What am I looking for here? I'm actually looking for the next weapons. I need 500 for the Alamegan Grimoire. So basically, the summoner uses a book. This is my weapon. This here's my weapon, this book. So the grimoires are the weapons of choice for the summoners. Disciple of Magic. So this is my next. Oop. This is my... No, not try on like it. I hate that you sort of like... Item comparisons. We've got Vitality of 236 plus. Intelligence 20 more. 310. My current one is 300. So that is what I am wanting. Okay. Don't joke about that. You can actually get married in this game, and then you're stuck for like life. You've got to, it's like a whole procedure you've got to go through. There's a ceremony and everything. But it's stupid expensive because you've actually got to buy a wedding ring. Hello. Oh, thank you. So,
You didn't buy anything, did you buy?
And the Switch?
I was going to see how the charge was.
Oh, what?
Apparently you shouldn't be storing them before the Switch, you got to off.
Oh, okay.
It is now.
Oh, it's probably dead. Alright. See, this is kind of where I want to get to. I'm trying to work on getting to the Delta Skate, but I don't think I... Oh! Hang on. Can I go into the Delta Skate now? I can! I can go into the Delta Scape! Awesome! I can go into the Delta Scape now. I've gotten high enough level now, but I think I can only go into view 1.0, not anywhere else from then. But number 32 in the queue, this wait is just agonizing.
Has she bought yet?
No, she hasn't.
Okay, sure you want to.
I actually need to go in a minute and hang out the laundry. Can I get you to bring the one that is out there in for me, please?
After a holiday at work, you
yes, like I do.
3-hour day, 8-hour day.
Ages about all these content. Thing is, we haven't touched ours because at the moment I just can't justify spending like 60 quid on a game I'm probably not going to get much out of in comparison to PS4. Switch. Yeah. I'm just waiting for Wii U ports because there are a lot of Wii U games I wouldn't mind owning, like Bayonetta, Bayonetta 2, Fatal Frame. I haven't played Fatal Frame 4 and 5 because it went over to the Wii and I didn't you know, it was on the PlayStation and they stopped making it on the PlayStation. And it's the same thing with Bayonetta. You know, they made them Nintendo exclusives, so you know it's sad because I really enjoyed those games. So I'm probably going to wait for those. I know there are Wii U ports coming out. They have confirmed that they are going to release some, but they haven't said what they are releasing. And I really hope that they can release Fatal Frame, or at least make another Fatal Frame for Switch. But apparently the last Fatal Frame wasn't exactly successful, so I don't know if they're going to be doing that. Hopefully, maybe not. I can only hope. I don't want it to be sitting collecting dust. And it's not exactly a cheap console. Although they do have child-friendly, once the little one's a little bit older, you know, it might be something that she can start playing more because... I don't know, Rael's pretty good with her own tablet. It's only got one dead pixel. No. The tablet's not as expensive. What are you knowing? What smells so nice? Oh, this is agonizing. I don't know what else to do while I wait. I don't want to go and start another mission and then be like, actually, let's finish. Use the mauled man's watercolor sketch to search for his former lover. Let's just go speak to Lise while I wait. You okay? Is your tooth again?
No.
You should get yourself Fatal Frame for that. Good old-fashioned Japanese horror. Something that I actually, you know, that would actually scare me. Fatal Frame's probably one of the few horrors that I would say is worth playing if you like a horror game. Where's Ray? Oh, can you see her? Okay. Lilith, you're back. What did Nana know? Oh, sorry, are you allowed to talk about your audience with Sultana? What was that? Oh. So, Raoban says he's going to return to Ul'dah, but she isn't sure he wants to. Tell us something we don't know, but I'm pleased to hear she's committed to helping our refugees come home. And this plan to revitalize the Soul Tree does make a lot of sense. Quite how you convinced her to seek Lolorito's help is another question. After all that has happened, he is the very last person I would expect her to turn to for advice. But on a more practical note, Lee's assuming the interim government elects to accept Ul'dah's proposal, I have one caveat I should like you to include in the bargain. Ala Mhigo must be permitted to cover a portion of the investment. We have a fortune at our disposal, after all, and allowing Ul'dah to provide the entirety of the capital will afford Lolorito too much control. Honestly, Alphinaud, it's like Khazanin never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? But yes, you do make a good point. First things first though, we need to discuss this proposal of the Soul Tree's residents. Oh, there it is. Whisker. How do you fancy explaining the Sultana's plan to your grandfather? I'd like to hear that what thing. What? I'd like to hear what thinks of the idea before agreeing to anything. Right away. Commander, would you mind coming along with it? I might need you to fill in the details. Then I shall come as well. Should Wat wish to discuss figures, my knowledge of the nation's finances may prove useful. Really? How expensive is it? I know that. Yeah, I know. she thinks she's a wizard. You're a bit young for your Hogwarts later, my honey bunny. I know that the PS2 version ones are quite rare to come by and also quite expensive. Although at the same time, I've managed to acquire was it 3 I got you, or was it number 1 we got on eBay that one time? We snapped it for like 11 quid. Oh, 2. Oh yes. Oh, she fell. Are you okay?
Okay, come on.
I'm now number 21. Into the night sky I fly. Down into the depths I go. I said I was going to focus on one game, another moment I'm playing Alien, Wolfenstein and Resident Evil 4. You do need a break from Alien though. All that crouching and all that hiding and all that slow movement, you kind of need a break and go into something like Resident Evil, fast-paced, waves and, you know, things you can actually kill. What manner of mischief brings you young'uns to old Wat this time, eh? They want to rebuild the Soul Tree, Grandad. Lilith, tell him about the deal. Well, bugger me. We've never had the coin on all the hands to put the place back to how it was, but it sounds like that's about to change. No. Too close to the edge. There's just one small wrinkle in your plan. It doesn't account for all the nasties queuing up to eat anyone who goes near the shore. The king used to send soldiers to cull the buggers, but the weren't about to help the likes of us. Don't worry, Grandad, we'll take care of all that. Commander Hex has been talking about starting up regular patrols, and I'm sure she'd assign me to the lock if I asked. it down a little bit. I'd appreciate that, Whisker, my lad. Truly I would. So does this mean you've gotten better with the blade of yours? I've been training, aye, but mostly to kill Imperials. You've some experience hunting monsters, don't you, Lilith? I think you could cast an eye over a few of the local beasties and teach me how to deal with them. Collector's edition is... What, is that Fatal Frame? Or Project Zero, I don't know what they call it nowadays. I know at one point it was Fatal Frame for NTSC version, and PAL version was called Project Zero. But I think they've just named it Fatal Frame all round now. Let's not waste any time then. I'll see you by the lock. Whilst you are busy attending to the local fauna, I shall have Master Watt explain to me exactly what is required to restore the Sultry to its former glory. Good hunting. Oh, geez, that's expensive. See, £75 for Fatal Frame now. I don't know where your sword is, honey bunny, sweet. Right then, Lilith, I've got a spyglass here you can use to take a closer look at these pests. Once you've got their measure, you can tell me what to do and we'll see how well we get on. Search your surroundings for yabbies. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out, target a yabby and inspect it with R2 and X. Yabby, huh? What the hell's a yabby? I don't even know. Is this a yabby?
I can't reach them. I can't reach them. I can't reach them.
I don't know, sweetie. What the hell is a yabby? Rotate camera. Oh, the weak yabby's weak points. I actually have no idea what we're meant to be doing. Apparently I've got to be attacking this yabby's weak point. There we go. Yabby's jaw. No. The yabby's entire body is protected by hard carapace, but the underside of the head looks soft and vulnerable. Ah, looks like you found a yabby. They say hitting their shells like smacking a rock. Any suggestions? Aim for the underside of the head. Oh, careful!
You don't have a gun.
No, I don't have a gun. I've got a book. Vulnerable under the head, are they? Right then. Wish me luck. Destiny 2 servers are not available. Are they updating it? Yeah, that's probably the worst part of the game, to be honest. After that, it's more. I'd say the next part that is hard is when you have to. I can't remember, you have to wake up or power something up and these two droids come after you, but at the same time you've got to run back, you've got to open a door, or you've got to power up a door and then you've got to run back to it. But all the way through, as you start powering up this, I think there's 2 generators in Alien, where those droids wake up. You power the one and a droid wakes up, and then you go to power the next one, but at the same time you've got to contend with the alien, and so you kind of got to like run past the vents and stuff and try and avoid being munched from the roof at the same time. Right, thanks Lilith. I did just as you told me, and the Wavekin went down like a sack of potato. Oh, I forget it's not potatoes, it's popatoes in this game. Let's find something else. Right. I wouldn't say you can kill Alien. It's not something that you really do. He's kind of present throughout the entire game, right till the end. Can't really avoid it. But you can kill the droids if you've got enough, like, that battery, that electric baton thing. Right, I think I can handle the yabbies now, so we should try something different. What else is out there? Search your surroundings for Feebads. You may move the camera, blah blah blah, as well as hold X. The eye, huh? Careful! Careful! You're running around like a mad thing. UTC? Yeah, I can't remember what UTC stands for. It's not European. Your GMT, yes. Greenwich Meridian Time. Which is 0. Right. The Feebad's hands are large and powerful, but destroying its crystallized core should render the Salt Golem inanimate. You sense power pulsating from behind its brow. I kinda yes, kinda no. What's coordinated universal time? I've never.
7 PM UTC, 7 PM GMT.
I've never heard of that before. Must be. Well, I can't say it's even a new thing. I mean, it could be an old system. Okay. How do I defeat one of those? Destroy the core within its brow. Just hit it. Hit it really hard. Inside its head it is. I'll try to stab it right between the eyes then. Ba-dum. There's a boss segment, if that makes sense. Ah, sorry. This mission's gonna have to wait. Come on, Tag. What is this tank doing? Alright, we're in. I have no idea. This is unfortunately level 50 to 60 roulette. So it's completely random as to where I'll be going. So it's a level 50, level 60 dungeon. Like I said, completely random. So let's see what we get. What's this? Oh. Okay, sweetie. The Ether Ferrochemical Research Facility. I just realised I'm running around without a bloody... black mage, dark knight, and a white mage. Traditional partying going on. Ray, where we can see you, babe. Oh, you're not the only one, dude. I struggle in winter. I'm a tropical creature. What is the level cap? 60. So I won't add the hummus to summon. As long as I don't distract from anything we could be doing. What's that? Is that a VR game? Look at the Stranger Things experience. Yeah, sorry, I'm still not included. It's a VR experience. I'm doing I saw it advertised, but I couldn't remember if they said it was out already or if it was being released, so. What she want? What does she want? Yeah? Good. Why? Both of us? What did I do? Did you aim your foot? Is it got something to do with...
Where was this, by the way?
Behind the couch.
I will crush you underfoot!
Oh, babe. Oh, babe.
There is nowhere to run! What do you say? Can you withstand this? Enough!
It does, doesn't it? Ah. You sitting in like an idiot in the way of fire. Is it got something to do with our... Oh, it does work.
There is nowhere to run!
It's not gonna, it's loaded my stuff up, but it wouldn't be fixed it, no.
Can you withstand this?
Anyway, you said I'm a kid, Brian. Is it got something to do with Stockford? Ah! Of course! I think I did a bloody good job in trying to achieve that effect, though. Don't you think? Yes, heal me. Healer, heal me. Thank you. I'm really distracted. I'm actually playing really shit. What? That looks like a penis on a face. That looks terrible.
In the name of the Emperor!
Okay. Can you speak to these? Yes. Why would I want to be? Oh, it's closed for blender. Okay, sweetie.
There is nowhere to run.
Yes, Daddy can help you. When? Oh, haven't they? They just advertised it, okay. Sweetie pie? What, a cancer? Yeah, she should. She's outside. No, she's outside, babe. Oh, I don't know. It sounds like she's outside. Oh, now I hear it. Oh my god, dude. Slow down with the ads, please. Yeah, the thing is, I think I did a really good job in doing it myself. I mean, I made my own face. Well, I hadn't started the face yet. No. Yeah. I made a really, I'm really chucked at my nose when I did it. Anyone listening to this probably thinking, what the hell? Basically what I've done is, I'm trying to make a 3D model, and I'm using sculptures to make organic 3D models. And I was trying to do a face, and what happened was the program broke while I was busy trying to do eyes. But I made a perfect nose. I was really chuckling myself, because it's the first time I've ever used sculptures. So in case anyone's like sitting here, oh, look at my fit guys. Seriously. You fool! 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 Who watches Soul Eater? Fool! It kind of still feels like it's cheating if I use that though. What, Soul Eater? You need Soul Eater explaining. Come on! Oh, I hate these mirror knights. Oh yes, I was making a 3D model and I tried to make the eyes, and so basically I was making the eye socket, and so I was using sculptures to sort of like inflate. First I tried to do it. What is she wanting? Oh no.
No, you don't.
Oh, it's so shame. Daddy needs his sanity. Oh, no, it's just the same thing to you, doesn't she? Anyway, so I was making the eye socket. So basically, what I wanted to do was I would try to sort of, yeah, sure. So I was trying to just pull the. There we go. Oh, flippin' heck! I missed that. I got a bit distracted. Yeah. So oh great. Oh great. Okay. So I tried to make the eye sockets. So I ended up like deflating the eyes so that I could insert eyeballs, and it totally glitched out on me. And I was doing really well until it decided to create holes where I didn't want them, and I couldn't smooth them out either. Speedy pie. The floor is not to be drummed on. This week. Last week. I'm getting distracted. I'm not paying attention to the battlefield right now. Trumpet. Oh, I love Rob Van Dyke. Oh, I just called him Nick Van Dyke. That's the DJ. Sorry, Rob Van Dyke. Big good one. Too much on my mind at the moment. Yeah, basically you just stay out of the area, it's a general rule, stay out of the, it tells you where the move's going to go. Some moves you have to be aware of if the monster's physically, and you go stay behind it, get in front of it, or whatever. Some moves like that aren't given to you, but most of them you just stay out of the area of effect. Oh, what's that? Oh god! Why am I targeting them? What? Oh god. Bullet? Why am I petrified? Oh, check that guy's petrified. Look at his stance. Oh, you missed it. He was like stance. He was like in mid-battle. Like, rah! How epic is that? I would have taken a screenshot right there. What? Oh my lord! They're petrifying me, so they're basically a spell that turns me to stone. The thing is, I've got so much happening on around me at the moment that I'm kind of not paying attention to the battlefield. So normally, if you spot that that's going to happen, you kind of got to look away. Oh my god, that is disgusting. Oh god, that's disgusting. Yes. I'm gonna wait outside because if I go past that threshold, for anybody who likes to let people watch videos, if there's
darkness shall consume light.
One person sat outside the dungeon and everyone else is inside, it will close them out. Do not do it. Let people into the battlefield. Make sure everyone is in. Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck. It's not broken, honey.
Your light shall burn no more.
Know your place.
Damn this frail flesh.
Shit, that hurt me. Hold up. I need healing. Thank you.
You have meddled enough.
Zephyr. Fake.
Chaos shuddering forevermore.
Don't move. People, do not move. When the battlefield goes... Oh no, that was the wrong move.
You'll not defeat me again.
Because the battlefield's frozen over. Yeah, every dungeon is like that. If you go into a boss battle and not everyone is past that threshold. Did we wipe? Oh no, we didn't. If you aren't past this threshold here, you will. It says when you're linked, you will be sealed in 15 seconds. Hang on, sweetie, I'll make you some now, okay? In a minute, sweetheart. This child is disturbing. God's sake, child. Okay, ask them to open up for you. Oh God, why can't I move? Why can't I move? Why can't I move? Why am I tiny? I'm so small. What the hell? I'm absolutely tiny. Come on now. Oh, I didn't look away. Oh god, I can't move and this thing's coming closer to me. Hang on. Limit break. Got 11. Right. Slow dance. Right.
Totally not a dude in disguise. Don't worry about it. We checked. We asked. So, and they didn't reply, but we Googled, and the Google said, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right, I think I am going to leave that there for this stream. I've got to go and make dinner and do other things and nightly things and get ready for work tomorrow and all that stuff. And I need to go and have a nice hot bath. So, oh, I've just got another viewer. Oh, how it happens to me every time I decide I'm gonna go off, I get another viewer. Oh. Anyway, yeah, I might actually stream again tomorrow. Yeah, I enjoyed streaming yesterday. So, that other viewer that's just come in, I'll be back here tomorrow. Probably for a bit longer, because being I am picking up Call of Duty tomorrow. Yeah. I've also got to go pick up your birthday gift because it was delivered, but it couldn't be signed for.
When?
This morning.
Before I got.
No one heard the door. Yes, please.
Hold on.
Well, the fan was on the door closed, so I've got to go pick up the birthday gift. So yeah. So if you want notifications when I'm going online, I normally do go online, probably not in very sociable hours, considering... Oh, shut up. Don't mind him. He's just a grumpy old man. Okay, anyway. Anyway, so I do have my schedule up. Tuesdays and Thursdays normally. Turn that down while I say goodbye. Don't be rude. You're doing this on purpose. Okay, that's a bit loud. Come on, we have neighbours. Right. So I shall see everyone probably tomorrow. I'll continue this tomorrow, or maybe depending on what I'm playing. Maybe Final Fantasy 12. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I've got a bit of a busy day, so. Yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to go to my Facebook page, Crimson Butterfly Gaming with a K, that's Crimson with a K, on Facebook. And actually all the links are on my Twitch. My Facebook page is on Twitch, just click the link. My YouTube page is on my Twitch, so click that if you want. I normally upload all my videos onto YouTube afterwards because Twitch doesn't keep streams, doesn't keep videos.
Click us and we'll click you back.
Click us, is it? What do you mean, my channel, not yours. Get your own. Yes, I do like for like, I do heart for heart, or follow for follow, whatever. And I'm so glad I'm not on camera right now. Bring you out with pitchforks. Yeah, I think our neighbours will actually. We're probably well, but there's one other couple that with only alternative people on the anyway, have a good evening, everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.